Testing 1 2.
I know the king and queen crown, see I'm tired, so I never leave your side. Just be with me through the trial times. And she says she don't mind. Alright, I know good man is hard to find. But she's running up on that trial line. That's why she has no ties at this time. Yeah, I know many men are trying, but she needs to be more than wine and dine, because she's royal, yeah, so royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so divine. The way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen, so supreme.
Hey, ma.
Ooh, natural beauty, no need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen, so supreme, yeah. And when they ask what a woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio. The Great Tate Show. Everything you were never taught about love, life, sex, relationships, politics, race, the government, and more. The Great Tate's real life, real talk, and unapologetic style of delivery will make you beg for more. He is the truth and the life. And now, the Great Tate Show on Real Life, Real Faith Network at blogtalkradio.com.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
It is Wednesday night, Blog Talk Radio Live, Facebook Live, www.thegreatzactate show. How y'all doing? Periscope Live. How's everybody doing this week? First and foremost, before I say anything else, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's tuning in. For this hour, you could have been any place at any time, but you choose to be here with me. And I am mostly grateful for your ability to endure 1 hour of hearing my voice. And I'm hoping that hearing my voice is a great thing for you. But without further ado, before we begin any and every show, we have to do our opening right, which is our life is in a human struggle. The struggle is painful and deep. The struggle holds death and life. Out of the struggle of the now, we will create the human world of the future. The past is approved, the present is received, and the future is open. How are y'all doing? Thank you, everyone that's listening, all my supporters. God bless you all. I want to thank everybody that is dealing with their own issues this week, and yet they took the time to play this, read this, watch this over, and support the show. For further support of the show, you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is GoZachGo. That's GOZACHGO. A lot of people are having problems because they're spelling Zach with a K. That's GOZACHGO. GoZachGo at our GoFundMe. We take anything, any small donation, large donations. You could pay for the whole show for the rest of the year if you want to. We'll appreciate that. If you're looking to place an ad, your advertising dollars are greatly appreciated. You can call this number 929-244-9460. That's 929-244-9460. Or contact the Great Zach Tate Show at gmail.com. The Great Zach Tate Show at gmail.com. Or contact the boss, Elisa Gabrielle Entertainment.com, and let them know you're interested in placing an ad. We will run your social media information We will run your personal information every week for 3 months for the small fee of $40. $40 will give you 12 weeks of advertising. Where can you beat a price like that? Come on, spend that $40. We'll appreciate it. And any other support, we have a brand new price for our books on Amazon.com and wherever ebooks are sold, and it's now $1.99. We're having our summer special, so we'd like people to download our books: Gambling with Hearts, No Arms to Hold Me, The Adventures of Johnny Hustle, Street Obsession, Lost and Turned Out, so on and so forth. The Caucasian Handbook, as I'm wearing my Caucasian Handbook shirt today. So we are asking everyone to support the show in that manner. And if you have any creative ideas, ways, internships, you want to help out with the show, you see that it's something that we're just not doing right, and based on your professionalism or what you do for a living, your occupation, and you feel you could give us some pointers, contact us as Imprint Mass Media, Elisa Gabrielle, on all forms of social media. And of course, contact me. I'm open to all the harshest criticism that is available. I am grateful and open to anyone that wants to correct me or pull me up. I am not beyond being approached. Speaking of being approached, we often ask callers to call in at 929-477-3213. 929-477-3213. And the funny thing that happens is I do the show. People are listening that I'm not aware of for some reason. And I get these critiques. Well, why didn't you say this? And why didn't you say this? And I didn't like when you said that. If you don't like what I'm saying, if what I said is completely wrong or foolish, if I say something that is completely offensive to someone, all you have to do is call in at 929-477-3213. That's all you have to do. 929-477-3213. Is anybody on Facebook Live seeing me? I'm feeling like I'm not broadcasting. I'm seeing it, but nobody's on. So I'm just making sure. If this is your first time tuning in, I ask you swipe left, swipe right, hit that invite button on the side. Let a friend know that we are on Great Tate Show. We have a very serious show that I want to cover. Generally, I will talk about current events. Here's your current events wrap up. Agent Orange Trump is going to bury himself a little more this week coming up. We're going to have bad weather and we're going to have good weather. Some entertainer is going to do some great act of buffoonery. And Colin Kaepernick still isn't signed because of racism in America. And that's about it. I am not covering current events today because I feel that the next 7 shows that we are about to do involves something that has really touched a lot of people. It is something that we are suffering from in North America, especially people who are minorities, women, especially African Americans, especially people who come from poverty, which is this show is basically, that's the demographic we try to reach on this show. We try to reach a demographic that demonstrates that we are empowering you through words. We are empowering you and educating you through entertainment. We refuse to participate in the ratchetness, the buffoonery that goes on. We are here to each one, teach one, and educate us all because our future is open. So, in the event that you are listening and there is something that I am saying and you need to pull me up or you disagree and you have an opinion, feel free to contact me at 929-477-3213. Hey, if you're listening or watching from Periscope and Facebook, you can also comment. You can put it in the comment box. Let us know you're there. Let us know you're alive. Let us know that you have any issues whatsoever so we could address them. I have the ability to address Facebook Live, Periscope, GreatZachTate.com, and Blog Talk Radio all at the same time. I will not lose focus. If you make a long comment on Periscope, I might ask you to repeat it or resend it. So the reason why I'm not covering current events today is because I am discussing self-esteem. What brought this on was I have a coworker, a friend of mine that I was talking with. He had introduced me to a group of young ladies that I grew up with. I didn't know them, I didn't remember them, but we all know the same people. There's a fact that we all grew up together. And we got into discussions about real life events. And I was talking to this young lady, and she could not look me in the face when she spoke. She could not speak up. She could not, under any, she was severely afraid to give her point of view, as if her words were not valuable. And I asked the question, were you ever abused? Just out of left field. And the answer was yes. So I'm not a doctor, clinical psychologist. I hold no degrees in anything dealing with psychology. I could just say that at one time I was a complete nut and a complete fool. And I did a lot of mental health training and a lot of hours of therapy to work out these demons and these habits and these very self-destructive mentality. And you learn how to identify different things by being in groups, being around people, and doing what you have to do to get yourself right. The worst person is the person that feels they have it all together, they don't need any help whatsoever. So I believe that we are all dealing with our own little suffering and demons for various different reasons, which I will cover today. So based on the discussion I was having with this older professional woman, which it confused me. I had a problem with the group of friends that she had that allowed her to continue to conduct herself that way. However, I do not want more for someone than they want for themselves. I do not try to get dirty people clean. What I try to do is institute tools and information that will spark and encourage you. I like to use myself as an example of how I was the perfect example of how to destroy your life, right? Of all the choices that I made in the past. And using my experiences and introspection and critical analysis of how to get back on track. That's all I try to do. And when I was trying to express to them, why is this person being this way, after they answered that they were abused, I understand that many people who were abused still relive that almost on a daily or weekly basis. It is something that they do not allow themselves to let go of. One more time. It is something that they do not allow themselves to let go of. So when you see these things in our women, in our mothers, the person I'm talking about is a mother. The mother is the first teacher, the most powerful teacher. If the mother is a wife, then the wife becomes the head of the household all the time. Smart. The reason why women are smarter than men is because they make us believe that we are in charge. A great wife will make you believe that you call all the shots. And at the end of the day, what you says do not matter. Believe me, I've been married for quite some time. It doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter what you believe. Doesn't matter what you say. Because at the end of the day, she's going to call the shots. And if this is the type of woman that you choose, this woman was never married and had a lot of relationship issues. And I'm not going to get deep into her personal business because I don't know it. What I do know is in my conversation with her and many people that I walk about, I see that there's a lack of confidence. There's a lack of assurity. There's a lack of announcing, this is who I am. I am a force to be reckoned with. And when you are totally reliving and going through this trauma, revisiting the trauma of what puts you in a cage, it is almost impossible for you to break free of the incarceration when you have built the prison yourself. When you built the prison of your own incarceration, your greatest imagination went to creating the prison that you live in. And I really want to discuss that. I'm going to discuss that. And the first thing I'm going to start with is stress. What is stress? Stress are the thoughts that you have and the emotional reaction to those thoughts. Stress is the thoughts you have and the emotional response to those thoughts. The big question is, who controls your thoughts? If you said anything other than I do, then you have to do some serious mental evaluation. I might step on some toes today. I might offend a few people today. But I believe people's mind, body, and spirit and future is valuable enough that if I gotta lose a few, or I gotta offend a few, if I gotta disrespect a few, then so be it. Because it is a direct reflection of this world we live in that's in chaos, that our women is suffering from mass self-esteem issues. So how do these problems come out? The reason why, one of the reasons is this, is that if you listen to misogynistic music, right? Music that degrades women all the time. And this is what you feed your subconscious from a little kid, right? Because rap music is the only music that allows us to destroy ourselves with lyrics. And if you listen to these messages and you repeating them, and you I was blown away, right, by this little dude that say he a pimp, Too Short. I saw a Too Short video, and he's at a concert, and all the women is screaming out with Too Short, bitch, bitch, and it's cool. It's cool if that's what you see yourself as. It is not cool to continuously feed yourself messages of self-destruction. So if you listen to that type of music, if you come from the type of culture, if you read the type of books, it's amazing. I read some titles that I'm not even going to advertise them and give them no light. But the titles of these books, if that's where your reading level is at, the argument could be made that, fine, at least they're reading. But if you're reading something that's destroying yourself, no, it's not fine that you're reading. Which is a good reason why No Arms to Hold Me is a great book. Because it's empowering. And it falls in line with what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you feeding your brain messages. That's what stress is. Stress is you have a thought, you hold on to that thought, you feed yourself a message about that thought, and your emotional response affects your complete outlook. Your emotional response affects your complete outlook of who you are, where you are, and what's going on at the time. That is stress. So who controls your thoughts? You do. So as the sole controller of your thoughts, then one must consider, where do I start and how do I finish? Where you start is with your thoughts, and where you finish is your thoughts. But it's not just that simple, because what I'm not going to do is just sit here and just talk nonsense. You done heard enough bullshit your whole life. Let me give you some solutions to the problems and a methodology and a paradigm that you can possibly follow. If you need to go get some pen and paper, go ahead. Just tell me to hold on, or call in and ask your questions. We have a question and answer, no problem. Do what you got to do. You need to stop me. If you really need this, if you're really listening to this, and you really need some answers about how to stop living in the prison of yourself and your self-esteem is in the basement, please call in at 929-477-3213. So, who are you? Who are you really? That's the question that I have to ask first. Write it down. You can replay this after, or you can replay it 100 times if you want to. Who are you really? Because when I ask people who they are, they give me names that they didn't give themselves for the most part. So that's just a title, right? Then when I say, but who are you? They say, I'm me. which is not really telling me much. So who are you really? Let me tell you who you are. You're a compilation of your experiences, your thoughts, your morals, your values, your principles, your trauma, your love, the affection, the lack of affection. You are a compilation of all those things. At some point in adulthood, you should come to the conclusion that you make decisions for yourself. And in making decisions for yourself, those decisions should be conducive to you being the best rendition of yourself. Yeah, Zach, you talking all these big words. I don't know what the hell you talking about. How do I put it in simple terms? You are everything you experience and how you kick it back to yourself. How you analyze and relate it back to yourself. It's a message. So there's a disconnect for people who suffer from low self-esteem, people who feel hopeless, and people who feel worthless. The disconnect is who you are on one far left side and who you know you can be on the far right. The problem comes in is the lack of willpower to take the steps to who you know you can be. The problem comes in when you keep having these mental messages that tell you who you know you can be is not possible, or you want too much, or you're not worthy, or oh, I don't need all that much money, or what are they going to think about me? Or what are they going to say if I start making these changes? Or what is he going to say? So here's another thing, right? We have to take the power away from everyone else, but I'm jumping. So let's go back to who you are. If I ask you who you are in one word, if you are using negative words to describe yourself, that is the very good place to start. Let's start replacing that with powerful words, words that demonstrate your power. Now, here's the thing: when you come through poverty and you come through life, there's a thing that you have to encounter, and it's called an image of yourself and your true self. So let me explain. Your true self is a combination of proper values, morals, and principles that allows it to be conducive for society to live in harmony. That's who your true self is. That is your conscience. That's that internal voice. That's when you want to make a move. Call it your spirit. Call it your intuition. Call it what you want. It is the voice of your soul and your spirit. It is the voice that is your true self. But what we do is we create an image. So what is an image? An image is something made up or imagined. An image is when I say, I am not Zach, I am Killer. And killer means I kill things. And even though I'm scared to death and I don't do nothing, right? Or it's like an alter ego playing games with yourself that's forming this whole different personality than who you know yourself to be. And it generally happens during adolescence, in that time where we having a perpetual identity crisis. We're trying to figure out who we are. So what we do is we hang out with people who have an image, who are cool, hip, down, got that swag, doing their thing, they balling, they whatever it is that attracts you based on your desires. Is you create this image of who you are. You start dressing different, talking different, and you start watching other people who you think you want to be like. And you start acting like them. And what you get from them is called image reinforcement. You start doing things and start surrounding yourself with people who will reinforce this new you that you are creating. And oftentimes, based on a lack of proper morals, principles, and standards, you're making negative and self-destructive thoughts. You're choosing the wrong type of man to deal with. You're choosing women who allow you to not be challenged. They don't bring out the best of you. You start including people in your life that don't make you better, and you know my number one rule. If they don't add to your life, there's no space for them to be in it. That's when you love yourself. You make sure that people cannot bring their trash into your yard, into your glory, into your treasure. You don't allow the trash in there. So what you do with your true self is you start having a battle between your image and your true self in your decision making. And for some of us, what we do is we use a drug or we use some type of pleasure to fight against the voice of our true self. We try to drown it out. We use sex, we use weed, we use alcohol, we use music, we use partying, we use the criminal lifestyle, we use the hanging out all the time. Anything that could keep us distracted, sitcoms, love and hip hop, anything that could keep us distracted from our true self, of sitting down and understanding who we are, where we are, and what is our greatest self, and who do we really see ourselves to be. So what happens in that is you sit down and you start picking up habits. So what is your character? Your thoughts becomes your deeds become your habits, and your habits is how we identify your character. Your thoughts becomes your deeds become your habits, and your habits, what we see every day, is how we determine what your character is. So if you start picking up these bad and negative or destructive habits towards yourself, for instance, you deal with a man that beats you up, punch you in your face, degrades you after he tells you he loves you. You break up with him and you pick up another man that does the same exact thing. For guys, you engage in a criminal lifestyle, you get incarcerated, you learn from it or you don't learn from it, and you keep going into these destructive habits. You abuse your body, you abuse your mind, you abuse your spirit, you abuse your soul, you abandon God. Now you God. You tell yourself you God. Ain't no God. God don't exist. That's hocus pocus, abracadabra, and all this other stuff. So you start losing yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, sexually, emotionally. You start removing yourself. You start feeling that there is no self-worth, or there's a sense of hopelessness going on. So when this is transpiring, you are creating, in essence, a new character. And some people walk around with this character for so long that they don't know how to be anything else. You know why? Because it's comfortable. It becomes very comfortable. Change is hard. No, it's not. But you start telling yourself, it's too hard. I'm just me. Nobody's going to love me. Nobody's going to respect me. Why me? I'm not worthy of that. Why should I go back to school? It's too late. Why should I do things to empower myself? So you start telling yourself this, and you have a habit of destruction. A habit that starts lowering your self-esteem, because in essence, the word self-esteem has the word self in it, and you start losing that. You start losing that self. The esteem part, you can't even relate to no more. You then gain an extra 80 pounds from abusing your body. You don't even care about having sex appeal anymore. You don't care about being recognized in the room. You don't want no advancements or no promotions at work. You just give up at work. You just here. I'm just going through the motions. With your kids and your family is like, oh, whatever you want to do. Okay. You just let life pass you by. It's like somebody holding a dog while they walking. You ain't walking the dog is walking you. You know, it's like this type of thing that's going on. You start doing this flip on yourself and don't even realize that you are flipping on yourself. You start abandoning. And then when you have children, buy a man or have a husband that's not constantly empowering you, having your back, giving you information to be better and do better. You know what you start doing? You just start getting by and forgetting more about yourself and making yourself last. As a husband and a father, as a mother, man, my queen will feel guilty about buying stuff for herself at times because she wants to take care of the kids. As the husband and father, you just ain't gonna matter. Forget about it. You just here, pay bills, fix the light, do what you got to do in the family. If you allow it. If you allow it. Because let me tell you something about your relationships and yourself. In your relationship, I will use a marriage, which is very uncommon and kind of insane. But in a marriage, there's you and there's him and then there's y'all together. You can't forget you in that. Because if you ain't no good to you, you ain't going to be good to them kids, and you ain't going to be no good to that man. And a lot of you guys think that because you're doing fair, that you're doing good. Or because he says you're doing good, you think you're doing great. No, you're just settling for fair. So that's all a part of losing yourself. And then these messages you say to yourself is what fuels your habit. It's like gas going on a fire. These are the messages that you keep saying. Let me be the first to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. There are no victims here when you are trying to pull your shit together. There ain't no victims. If you go through life thinking you a victim, looking for attention, people are going to try to always make you and keep you in that victim state by abusing you. It's all right for us to use each other. It's something severely wrong when you keep getting abused after abuse after abuse after abuse. You get abuse at work, you get abuse at home. And I'm not talking about physical abuse. I'm talking about a type of love which I just can't relate to it. I don't understand a love when you love somebody but you don't allow them to love themselves, take care of themselves, or put themselves first. I just don't understand it. So it's people treat you the way you allow them to treat you. Maybe that's the answer. So maybe I do understand it. Because if you feed your mind these messages that you are not worthy of the best, that you cannot do better, that you cannot get your health and wealth and shape and finances together, my answer to you is the person who says they're right and the person who says they're wrong are both right. It is your mentality, your mindset, and how you look at life that's going to determine the results that come in. So, what do I do? How do I design my own realm and not be a victim anymore? Well, the first step is self-responsibility. You have to sit down and look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am responsible for my choices. No one else is responsible for their choices. I am responsible for me. And after you make and take that self-responsibility, this is what I advise people, right? I advise clients that I train, men and women. I advise them to get naked, stand in the mirror, look at yourself, and ask yourself, is it acceptable? And if it's not acceptable, then keep reassuring yourself on a daily basis that is not acceptable so you can do something that is acceptable. Start reversing the process. When you take self-responsibility and you embrace your true self and you start in destroying the image, what happens is you learn how to be very selfish. You find that there is some virtue in your selfishness. You have to pick up something or do something that you say, this is for me because it makes life better. It might cause you to get a divorce. It might cause you to have to live away from your children for a little while. It might cause you to have to not even like any of your friends anymore. Because you are making a declaration that you come first, you are doing something for you, and you are going to be a better person because of this. Because in your relationships, in your state of low self-esteem or being down, what happens is people become parasites. They will suck you dry, your emotions, your blood, your finances, whatever you allow them. They'll take up your time. Mommy, 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 mommy. You ain't booked a cruise. You ain't been to a spa. You ain't had a vacation. You ain't go away for 2 days. You ain't have a staycation. You ain't kicked them all out the house for a weekend and say, this is about me. You ain't pampering. Some of y'all stop having sex for 12 years. Because you have given up on your ability to take care of you first. So the first step in how to stop how to raise our self-esteem. How do we raise our self-esteem? stop lowering. That's the first step. And you do that by taking the point where you say, I am going to empower myself. And you start saying, fuck everybody. It's about me. Forget everybody else. It's about me. I don't have no time to be focused and on my phone ringing about everybody else's issues. This next 12 months, these next 365 days is about me. Now, does that mean you just cut yourself off? You ain't going to cook dinner no more. You ain't going to take care of your family. You're not going to pay your bills. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when it comes to the messages that you are giving yourself, it has to be all about you. When people are crowding, interfering, and impeding on that, you have to stop it and say, no, this is about me. And the way you do that is by creating an action plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 1-minute break and come right back. Go get your pen. Go get your paper. Go get your tablet out, because we're going to create an action plan so that we can stop the lowering of self-esteem. We can start being empowered, and we can start doing what we have to do to be the best rendition of ourselves. Hey, Great Zach Tate Show. We talking about self-esteem, how to raise it. Are you suffering from it? Are you sure you're suffering from it? If you have any insight on this topic or you have a professional opinion, feel free to call in at 929-477-3213. That's 929-477-3213. Feel free to call in, give us your insight, let us know where you are. When you hit the switchboard, let them know that you want to speak. If that does not happen, hang up, call right back, let them know I want to speak, I have something to say. And the boss will let you through. So, self-esteem. We talked about the problem. How do we find a solution? How do we raise it? How do we create this action plan you're talking about, Zach? Well, first you got to make a declaration. You really have to look in that mirror, or you really have to lay down, cut power, empire, and everything else off. You really have to sit back and say, I need to put me first. I am worthy. I am capable. I am deserving. I am powerful. Make a whole long list of words. If you got your pen and paper, you can start writing your list now of empowering words. How do I motivate myself, Zach, to make those powerful words? Easy. There's the point where you are, and there's a point of who you know you should be, who you know you are, and where you're supposed to be in life. Make a list of words that reflect that. Some people are going to think it's silly. It's new. It's going to be uncomfortable. Change is not easy. Like I tell my fitness clients, you spent 20 years destroying your bodies. You think it's all going to come back together in 2 weeks? All that food, alcohol, abuse, lack of sleep, too much sleep, all that you did all those years, you think it's just going away? So if you put yourself in a prison and your mindset is constantly destroying yourself and constantly giving yourself negative messages, then you think this is going to stop overnight? No, but it can start right now. By making those lists of empowering words, when I ask you, just make 3 words. Let's make it simple. Give me 3 words that describes who you really want to be. Me, here's my 3 words. Invincible, wealthy, giving. Those are my 3 words. I need to be more giving. I need to be more wealthy. And I need to be more invincible to the bullshit of life. A lot of stuff that I let in my head it's head trash. It's just trash I'm putting in my head for no reason. And it affects my emotions and it affects my moods and it causes me stress. Who's the controller of my thoughts? Me. So the same time I start doing that, no. Don't think I'm talking from a perspective that I don't deal with this. I deal with this. And how I try to hide behind self-esteem issues with arrogance and overconfidence, which is a direct reflection of a self-esteem issue. So what I do is I unpack the trash, flush it away, clean it up, give myself those words that are empowering, and I stick to them. Because it's so hard to be me. So hard to be me, and some days I just can't keep it together. So what do? I pull back, get into my quiet space, and find my peace. If you follow me on social media, you see me all the time posting a picture. I'm on the beach, I'm by some water somewhere, and I'm saying find your peace. Find your peace. After you make that declaration, my next thing and my next suggestion is to really be able to say the hell with everybody else and what they think. You should have learned a very long time ago when you had bills to pay and nobody was there to stop caring about what other people think. Some people are trapped in a prison because they're worrying about what other people think. Some people never reach their dreams and goals that they are capable of. God inspires you because you are capable of doing it. You never do it because you worry, what will they think about me? I'm going to make a rap album, me. As soon as my money get right, I'm going to make a rap album. Do I say to myself, oh, I'm a 50-year-old rapper, what people going to think? Yes, I say that to myself. Does my passion, my desires, my lyrical ability says you have to do this? Yes. So who cares what they think? It's what I want to do. I like doing it. It makes me better. Do it. Same thing for you. Pick something. Make that action plan. Make that declaration. The next thing you do is what's called the just a little more contract. Get a piece of paper out. Draw 6 boxes. One box, you write down finances. Next box, you write down physical. Next box, you write down sexual. Next box, emotional. Next box, academic. Next box, vocational. You write down in these boxes and you start putting 3 goals in those boxes. In each of those goals, you put that contract up and you look at that and you start looking on a daily basis. What am I doing to reach these goals? How am I preparing myself financially? How am I preparing myself spiritually? What am I doing at my job to get a promotion, to do better, or open my own business vocationally? What am I doing with my emotions? How have I empowered myself? Did I go get counseling? Did I get mental health? Did I join a group? Did I join a church? Did I join a mosque? How did I do that? What am I doing for my spirit? Am I doing yoga, meditation, sit down, doing conscious awareness? What am I doing for my spirit? What am I doing for my body? Have I started a workout? Have I started eating right? So when you start making this contract and you start putting these goals in these boxes, and every day you're looking at those goals of what you're doing or what you're not doing, you start understanding this is where I am and this is who I know I can be, and you start taking steps towards that. Now let me tell you something very important about these steps. Almost every husband I know, when clients come to me to change their body, the husband has a problem with it. Because the more attractive his wife becomes is the more insecure he becomes because of his issues. So it's the same thing of you stop destroying yourself. When you start living and empowering yourself, some people around you might be holding you back. And it might not be conscious. But what I recommend is you get around people that's always pushing you to reach your goals, to be better. Let them push you. Let them add to your life. I hope y'all there. I hope somebody's there. I hope this is helping somebody, because I don't see no hearts. I don't see no bubbles. I don't see nothing. But we're going to keep doing what we doing, because this is very important. We must learn how to lift the self-esteem of an entire planet. And you do it by creating your action plan. Make that just a little more contract. Fill those boxes out. If you need help with it, DM me, message me, inbox me. Put it on a comment page. Put it on a just a little more. We'll get in touch with you. We'll show you how to do it. But first, in that is you have to change your thoughts. Thoughts are things. Somebody say it with me. Thoughts are things. They are tangible. It's like your brain has a radio frequency and it has a dial. And those thoughts go up the dial or down the dial. And the positive thoughts will eventually dial in to a station that plays the sweetest music without static. The frequency will be right because you will be in harmony with your mind, your body, and your spirit. So in that action plan, understand that your thoughts are things. They have power. They are connected. Stop thinking negative. Stop speaking negative. Stop with the prison. Break the bars down. Make the action plan to empower yourself. Feed your mind the energy it needs to be the person you know you can be. This is how you lift your self-esteem. The other thing is addressing your trauma, your drama, and the karma. I made that up today. I hope it doesn't sound too corny. So what is the trauma? The trauma is things that other people have done to you. You have to let it go. I have been a so-called victim of about 20 different things have come at me in my life. I don't choose to look at myself as a victim of those things. I look at myself as a conqueror of those things. I'm still here. I'm still alive, which means tomorrow I can make up my mind to be somebody totally different and move somebody totally different, change my name. Thank God I'm still here with a chance. That's how I am conquering and overcoming things. And you should do the same. Do not keep yourself as a victim. Let it go. That is the trauma. It was done. It does not help you now. It doesn't mean you forget. It means that it no longer disempowers you. So you deal with the trauma, the drama, and the karmas. Here's the drama. The drama is when you hold on to these thoughts that are destructive. And in the process of holding on to these thoughts that are destructive, what you do is you dramatize it to everyone else. Some people need to be the center of attraction. That's the drama. Some people need to be loud. That's the drama. Some people need to bring drama. They just drama queens or king babies. They need the drama. Some people are just professional assholes all the time. That's the drama. Hurt people hurt people. One more time. Hurt people hurt people. Because that's the drama. What you have to do is remove the drama. Because it feels good to make other people feel bad when you're a piece of garbage inside. It actually feels good. So what you have to learn is that your drama is not everybody else's. And if you address the trauma, you won't have any drama. That's where the karma comes in. The karma comes in where it says, I was thinking destructive of myself, comma, but now I am fortified in being the best rendition of myself. I am going to design my own realm. My realm is my circles, my surroundings, where I live, where I'm at, who I socialize with, where I work, everything. That's my realm. I design that. I decide what pieces is going to be in and what's going to be off this chessboard of life that I'm creating. I decide who's going to move and not move based on what I'm doing. That is designing your realm. And you have to do it from a place of power. The decision in itself to design your realm is an ultimate power. Because you are saying that you are creating a goal that you plan on reaching and reinventing yourself. Can you imagine how much construction got to be done when you need to reinvent yourself? If you had disagree or agree, call in 929-477-3213. We got Cody on the line, major in psychology, who wants to talk. Welcome to the show, Cody. Thank you for joining the Great Zach Tate Show.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
How are you?
I'm good. I just trying to enjoy my summer to the best of my abilities. But the number one question I want to ask, since the topic is on self-esteem today, is I have a beautiful girlfriend I really like, and I'm in a relationship with her right now. But at times, she's depressed, and I know her self-esteem is low because of the things she's been through in life. And I just want to know what's the best advice you could give me to be able to boost her self-esteem and make her feel like the real queen she knows she is, but she's not really revealing that at this very moment.
Do you and her have the ability to be alone? You sound young. I don't know how old you are. Do you and her have the ability?
I'm young. I'm young. I'm young. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. So, do you? All right. This is what I want you to do, Cody. I want you to spend the time and tell her you need a full date for you and her, right?
Yes.
And I want you to start with her toes. I want you to
start with her toes.
Start with her toes. I want you to paint. I want you to paint her toes a light color. Right? A very light and empowering color. And then I want you to massage her body. Right?
Yes.
And then
I know she would love that.
Right. And then after you massage her body, I want you to dress her in a very nice, elegant outfit. Don't go spend any money. Just pull out something nice that's right in her wardrobe. Put it on her, right? And then I want you to tell her to show me how you do your makeup when you're going out. Like if I'm taking you to go see a president, how would you put your makeup? Can you do that for me, right?
Yes.
And you listening?
I'm listening.
Then I want you to take a picture of her when you're done, right? And I want you a picture.
It sounded like a movie now.
That's right. You're going to make a movie. That's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to take a picture of her and you're going to show her and you're going to say, every time I look at you, this is what I see. I see the greatest woman for me. And all I need you to do is look at this same picture and start seeing yourself the way that I see you. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Sound like you got a lot of experience.
Yeah, I got a little something, but I could gain some more. It is important that you convey the message that she sees herself the way that you see her. If you decide to make her your queen, it is important that you explain to her, I need somebody who is compatible with me. If you can't get on board with being the best that you can be in every aspect, I have to move on. But first, let her know, I want you to see yourself the way that I see you. And the best method is through your actions. Look at her sometime and ask her, hey baby, who's the best? And let her say she is. Look at her and let her know you can do anything. But you are not responsible for her self-esteem, Cody. You have to know this.
Yes.
She is. What you're responsible for is not tearing it down.
Building her up.
Building her up. But she has to put the bricks in place. You can't, because it'll be a facade. Did I answer your question?
Very much appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Little bit of words you gave me really made a big difference.
I appreciate it, my brother. Call in at any time. Thank you for calling in the show. Thank you for your support and your love. God bless you.
Yes, God bless you. Thank you.
No problem. So, in creating your action plan, once you deal with the trauma, deal with the drama, and add the comma. The comma is, this is the way my life started, comma, but I am now a new person. I am now empowered. I am now strong. I am now the best. I am now what have you. That is your comma. What is your comma going to have after it? What is coming after your comma? Because it has to be something that is empowering. It has to be something that is showing that you are making a declaration of being the best rendition of yourself. The other part of your action plan is, remember these words. This is the foundation. If you don't remember anything else I said in the last 56 minutes, remember this. The way to raise your self-esteem is to first start by stop lowering it. I deal with this on a regular basis where I like things and I want things, and when those things are not there, I'm saying, oh, man, I must be doing something wrong. Oh man, you failing, you're not doing it right. This, that, and other, this, that, and other. You start feeding yourself negative things. So what I do is when I catch myself, I stop and I say no. And I start telling myself, nah, you're going to do this. You're going to make it happen. You're invincible. You have done the impossible before. We're going to do it again. We're going to dust ourselves off. We're going to deal with these finances the way we want to deal with them. I got Mark on the line. Mark wants to speak. Welcome to the Great Tate Show, Mark.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
How you doing? I got 3 minutes to go. What's happening? Talk to me.
All right, I was just calling in regards to self-esteem. A lot of us, we have self-conscious issues where we listen to what others tell us and it's self-internalized, like low-income families, young brothers that come from the hood. They don't have fathers that kind of give them that glory that we need to be the man. Because I, myself, am a father. I didn't have a father to teach me how to be a father. So with that being said, I'm a full-time father. I never left my kids' side for the last 14 years.
Amen.
And it had to come from, not allowing outside forces to dictate who I am as a man.
Say that again. Say that again.
Not allowing outside forces, outside influences. It's this thing I was taught is called emotional intelligence.
Amen. I read the book.
Emotional intelligence.
Great book.
Is something that deals with your emotions. It's not allowing your emotions to get the best of you. Making the best judgment for self. Not being selfish, but selfless.
Ooh.
All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Have a good night.
God bless, all right?
God bless you. I have Ashley on the line. Ashley, calling in the Great Tate Show. I got 3 minutes left. Talk to me, Ashley. How you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm Ashley from the Bronx. I'm calling for my best friend who's in the process of putting her action plan into play. The problem is she's only been putting it into play for a short amount of time and already feels defeated. Could you share with me some advice I can share with her in order to help her pursue her goals and her action plan?
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
If you act the way you want to be, soon you will be the way you act. Say that.
If you act the way you want to be, soon you will be the way you act.
That's it. That's what you tell her. Start acting like she a queen. Start acting like she the best. Start telling her she got that swagger. She confident. She beautiful. She popping. Don't matter if she too big, too small for everybody else. She's too right for herself. Tell her to get that swagger on. Act it out. Tell her to rename herself if she has to. Give herself an alter ego. All right?
That's right.
All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, Ashley. Nice. Thanks for calling in. We got Rod on the line. Hey, Rod, you got 2 minutes left. Thank you for calling in. It's Great Tate Show.
Yo, peace, brother, peace, man.
Peace.
You're definitely spitting some great words and wisdom
Thank you.
for our young people and all
And yeah, I just wanted to tune in, you know, like Tracy Jackson, you know, she's a great sister. And like I see how to work. Like me, I work with a lot of young people that's on probation, a lot of young people that's even like myself that was misled at one time, thinking the streets is the route to go. But you know, you find yourself as you was mentioning and everything, like I think that's the key. Once you start digging into self, that's the key to like really like getting over like the self-esteem, like to get over that self-esteem issue. When things for yourself becomes beautiful and great, I think that's how you get over the self-esteem. So like listening to you, like thanks a lot for your words of wisdom, but I think like yeah, brother, like just continue doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for tuning in. So this is the Great Zach Tate Show. We had people calling in. That was great. I hope we was helpful. This week's show was dealing with self-esteem, how to stop lowering and how to raise it. Feel free to play it black on Facebook Live, on Periscope Live, Blog Talk Radio Live, or www.thegreatzacktate.show. For the next 4 weeks, we're going to have some powerful issues dealing with the next 7 weeks. But for the next 4 weeks, we are dealing with sexuality in the modern age. We are going to be covering sexual abuse for 1 week. We are going to be covering sexual identity another week. We are going to be discussing the joy of sex in another week. And we are going to be discussing marital relations, infidelity another week. So tune in.
10 seconds.
Anybody that didn't reach us this week, call in next week. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Great Zach Tate Show. Stay tuned.
You've been listening to the Great Zach Tate Show.
God bless you all.
A production of Real Life, Real Faith Media in